Hey guys, what is up? It's Evan Guide here, and today, guys, we will be talking about basically Black Ops 4 Zombies versus Cold War Zombies. This is gonna be an interesting one, guys. And yeah, we're just gonna see which one is better. We're gonna be looking at everything from the story, Easter eggs, the gameplay, just even how the engine and the gameplay feels. Wonder Weapons will be one of the sections, and there'll be a section where I talk about my personal opinion. Yeah, guys. Yeah, if you guys do go on to join this video, guys, drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying this type of content, and yeah. Okay, guys, so when we compare the way BO4 and Cold War play, we have massive differences in both games. BO4 is very similar in the way the game played and felt. Only thing they changed was the HUD, which, to be honest, to me, in my opinion, has too much happening on screen, clutters up the screen quite a bit. Definitely the worst HUD in probably zombies, Shrek zombies. Elixirs were, to me, more balanced. Gobblegums sliding was different from BO3, and picking your perks and classes were expanded from BO3. I'm gonna give this round to Cold War just because of how much the gameplay felt and changed from BO4 to Cold War. First off, just picking classes were different, unlike any other zombies game before it. Cold War had an upgrade system, which changed the way you played, with armor, which replaced shields. Not to mention, Cold War helped and showed newer players who just got into zombies how to get around and set up around the map, which was good for new players. Changing Pack-a-Punch to pick your ability was a cool little change. Climbing over obstacles. For me, guys, Cold War takes this round. Okay, so now onto the maps. With the maps, one game gave us barely enough content, while the other one gave us the same amount of content that game had on launch. And but which one is better? Personally, this round goes to BO4 Zombies, so it's 1-1 right now. And I'll tell you why, guys. Just more content over Cold War. BO4's maps were, well, half of them were remasters, and some of the remasters were actually decent. Classified was one of them. BO4 put out 4 new maps we have never seen before. Those being Voyage of Despair, 9, Dead of the Night, and Ancient Evil. A lot of these new maps brought fresh new ideas, as where Cold War had 4 maps on launch and 6 DLCs. And even those maps felt lazy and felt like Treyarch just wanted to get out a quick little map. Team Machina was not a terrible launch map, but after a while it got really boring. And it does have knock in it, which I'm kind of sick of. Firebase Z took really long to come out, and I think that hurt it for me. Easter egg lack creativity on the map in general hurt it. Mountain was alright, but again it was based off a campaign map they already made. And Forsaken again was a lack of new ideas. While BO4 is not perfect, them giving us 4 brand new maps makes me give BO4 this round. Okay, guys, so next up we are talking about the perk system and which one was better in general. Now, starting with BO4, I actually thought it wasn't half that bad. I like the idea of your 4th perk getting something extra to make it better and getting Speakle on top of that. BO4 did have some really cool and unique perks in the game, but this round goes to Cold War. Because even though I hate how broken the upgrades make all the perks and makes the game how easy it is, the idea of grinding to upgrading your perks to make them better was something the Zombies community has since BO3, which led to the change of the OG perk system in BO4 Zombies. Personally, giving the player something to play the game for keeps the player playing, which was a good thing about Cold War. So Cold War is up 2-1 right now. Okay, guys, so now we got Wonder Weapons, and this is just a fun little section, but let's get into it, guys. Now we got the Wonder Weapons. BO4 had a lot of different and cool Wonder Weapons, from the gauntlets from Ancient Evil to the simple but OG ray gun. And that's what I loved about BO4's Wonder Weapon. It was a great selection. I could get hate for this section, but I'm going to give BO4 this round. So it's 2-2 right now. Cold War for me had some fun Wonder Weapons from the ray gun, Ray K, Die, Cerberus, and the Chrysalix. But again, it's Treyarch and Activision's fault kind of here. Because, for example, when the ray gun first got added into Cold War, it was so fun to use since it was so good for high rounds, but Treyarch slowly made the ray gun worse to where it is, and that's fun to use anymore. Same thing with the Ray K. I remember using it on Firebase came out, and now I don't really find it to be as good as it once was. Anyways, BO4 takes this round 2-2. Okay, guys, so now we are heading into characters, and this one might be the farthest by a landslide, to be honest. Okay, so with the characters, this one isn't even close, to be honest. First off, Cold War Zombies characters that you can actually play with are operators. So basically, you spend money on a Mason or Wood skin, for example, and you can be them, which makes no sense personally in terms of characters and story. The characters themselves are really boring and don't really add much in terms of the Cold War storyline. I don't know. Cold War characters are really boring. Doesn't bring much story-wise, other than Eddie / Richtofen and Samantha Maxes. Now with BO4, every set or crew we played with was fleshed out, had importance to the overall story in general, and just the lines in general were actually better. Also with Primus, Ultimus, and Invictus in BO4, I think that alone beats Cold War's characters, not to mention Alpha Mega with Primus, Ultimus in the same map, which really had some really good dialogue between the two groups. Anyways, BO4 takes this round 3-2. Okay guys, now we are on to the story aspect of this section. And guys, again, this is my opinion and kinda statistical. So guys, leave your opinion in the description or in the comments of this video. Anyways, let's get into this. Okay guys, so now in terms of the story with both games, I think one does it better. Okay, so with Cold War Zombies, it takes place after Tagger Toten, but to be honest, it seems kind of pointless to continue the story. I know some people will say it's different than the Ether story that we got for over a decade, but I don't know. Personally, I don't find myself to care too much about the Dark Ether story, just like Cold War Zombies. The only characters I care about are Eddie, Richtofen, or Samantha. So yeah, this story just hasn't interested me enough yet to care. I heard the story has continued in Vanguard, but that game has its own problems right now. Okay, so now with BO4, again, it was far from perfect. One problem was they focused on 2 stories in a 4 DLC plus the launch. So 4 maps for each for the New Chaos, 4 to the Ether, which is a problem because they said the Ether was ending in BO4 Zombies. I thought it would be rushed and not satisfying enough, personally. Chaos wasn't really interesting until Ancient Evil, and after Classified you could tell they were rushing to tag to Toten. But with that said, I think BO4 takes this round just because everyone cared about the Ether story, the characters, and even though BO4 was rushed out at the end, it still had an alright ending in a story for Primus, Ultimus, and Invictus. So BO4 is up 4-2 right now. Okay guys, so now we're looking at the Easter eggs, and when we look at both Easter eggs from Cold War and BO4, they're complete opposites. BO4 has really easy and simple, straightforward Easter eggs, while BO4 has a lot more complex Easter eggs. For me as a Zombies player, I find most Cold War Easter eggs easy and boring. Forsaken for me was probably the standout, best Cold War Zombies Easter egg. BO4 had more of a mixture for its Easter eggs, from really hard ones like Blood of the Deads to more simpler like 9, and even had one that catered to high round players like Classified. And when some of these Easter eggs sucked, it really depends on you as the player. If you like easier and more simple Easter eggs, then you're going to give Cold War the round. If you like BO4's more complex and difficult Easter eggs, then BO4 would win. Personally, I'm going to give BO4 this round just because it has a different variety of Easter eggs, from really hard to just getting to a high round. BO4 takes this round 5-2. Okay guys, so now we're here with the personal opinion section of this video. This is basically going to be my opinion on which game I think is just overall better. So let's get into it. Okay guys, so my personal opinion, I think BO4 Zombies is a better Zombies game when you look at both games as a whole. Just from the story, characters, and even the maps. And while I do think BO4 Zombies is better out of the two, there are still lots of changes and things about Cold War that I liked compared to BO4. While I liked and thought the BO4 perk system was alright, it did cause future games like Cold War to expand and make it better. Upgrading your perks for tiers was a clever way to make people play the game and grind to make their guns perks better. Climbing over stuff added to the gameplay of Cold War, just little things, but overall BO4 seemed less lazy from just how the maps looked, felt, played, and compared to Cold War Zombies. And it seemed a more rushed game to BO4. Can't blame Jarek for it's more Activision's fault. It's the same thing with Vanguard Zombies right now. But the huge issue with Cold War, for me, at least, is that it just feels like a rushed game. But BO4 beats out Cold War for me in general. Okay guys, so that ends this video. Hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Again guys, this is my opinion with factual stuff. I looked at it factually. So guys, again, tell me what you guys would put, do you guys think BO4 or Cold War is better? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the comment section of this video, guys. And also, like, subscribe, guys. It is all appreciated. Love to hear your opinions in the comments, again, for these two games. But yeah, guys, this is the end of this video, guys. Take care. Everyone signing out. Peace out, guys.